Welcome to our class today as we look at how to create ZK-enabled web application with Noir. I've been studying Noir for quite some time, so this is just a continuation of one of our lessons that we've been looking at. Now, so what we want to do in today's lesson is just to build an interactive web application that is powered by Noir.js and Aztec's Barretenberg proof system. So those are what we want to do. So throughout this session, the following things what we'll be doing, and at the end of the lesson, you're supposed to be able to do them on your own. One, installing and configuring the required tools and libraries. Remember, our target is to have a ZK-enabled web application. So for you to achieve this, what do you need to install or configure? And that is what we will be looking at. And two, we'll be looking at how to design and code just a basic Noir circuit. Not to be looking at a very detailed or complicated Noir circuit, just a simple one. But the point is we want to know how to prepare a web application just using a simple circuit. Of course, this knowledge can then be generalized to a complicated circuits and so on at your own time. Now, the third thing we'll be looking at is how to compile the circuit, how to write it into a browser-based interface. And then second last thing we'll be looking at is how to generate and verify zero-knowledge proofs. And then lastly, testing the app functionality directly in the browser. So once we've written, we want to test it in the browser and see how it will be working, how it will be functioning. That is what we want to look at. Now, so these are the 5 things we'll be looking at, and the lesson will be practical. So we'll be creating this code practical, of course, from the scratch, and then until we test our app and see how it functions in the website, in the browser. So we will therefore be focused on practical steps from the very start. And as I had already mentioned, we do not require prior knowledge in cryptography to be able to do this. So you don't require any mathematics knowledge. Now, before we go deeper into what we are going to do, first of all, we get to understand a few terms in our JS. What is it? And I've said Noir.js is a TypeScript or a JavaScript library that will then be enabling the running of Noir circuits in both the browser and the server environments. So that is what Noir.js does. So it's good to know it. And the other thing that is good to know about Noir.js is that it provides a streamlined interface for building, proving, and then verifying zero-knowledge proofs. It also integrates seamlessly with the Barretenberg for ZK proving, because Barretenberg is used in ZK proving and verification. So Noir.js integrates with it seamlessly. So we will be combining these two as we move forward. Combining them because they interact seamlessly, we'll be combining them to develop a web application with the built-in privacy features. Now, this is just and the last point, of course, about Noir.js is that it supports modern web tooling, and this makes it easy to embed ZK workflows into existing apps. So that is a very important point that we must also note at this very beginning. So what do we require for us to come up with this web? Do we require to come up with this app? So we've already said the importance of course, Noir.js. So these are the things we require. We require Node.js. And if you are not installed, if you use this link, you can install it. If you are not installed because it's required. Now I'll share, of course, I'll share my notes, the PDF which has clickable link. You can just click on it. The PDF has a clickable link, so you just click, and then it takes you to the site, and you're able to read the instructions on how to install, then install it. The other thing we require is Yarn, and we will be using it as our package manager for consistent dependency handling. And again, if you don't have it, you'll click on this link, the blue thing here, and my PDF will be clickable. This one is not, but the one, this one I said print. So when I print, it comes out, and the link is not clickable. But the one I share, the link will be clickable. So you can click on it. It takes you to the page where you will read instructions on how to install and then install from the same place. You also require Nago CLI, and you can also install it. I've said here you can install Beta 8.2, but of course this is not the current. They updated very fast. They updated very fast, so the current is, I think currently is Beta 0.10. But the most important thing I've said here is that what we are doing, the code I'm giving you would work with the Beta 0.2 and even newer. So there's no problem. You can install the most current. You can install the most current and it will still work. The same thing will happen. Now about the versions of Nago and the installation. Again, you have this link, Noir installation guide. When you click on it, it takes you to the page, the documentation of Noir, and you can read and getting started. Then installation, you'll get the details on how to install, how to get started with Noir, and so on. So from there, you can see how to install Nago's CLI and so on. Now, to avoid breaking changes, so we log specific versions. For instance, in my case, I'll be using Noir beta point 6 and then Aztec BB JS 0.84. And of course, these are not the most current. Even this BB is not the most current. I think we should be at 0.87. I'm not saying that these are the only ones that can work. Just saying that I look here, I use this just to avoid breaking challenges here and there. But you can use the most current, as I've already said. So for me, I log and then download them using this link. Of course, you can also use it, yarn, add, Noalang, and so on. And this has beta 0.6 and Aztecs BB.js 0.8, 4.0. Now, so let's just understand what we've said we require. What are they going to do for us? How important are they in creating this web app? How important are they? Node.js, we said this a JavaScript or a TypeScript. Um, Now, how is it used? It's used to execute circuits. It's used to generate witnesses and interact with proofs. That is what it will be doing. So that is why you require it. If you want to generate witnesses, if you want to interact, you want to execute circuits and so on, then you cannot achieve them without Node.js. Then BBJS, this one we've seen it before, and we've always used it in generation and verification of proofs. So as per now, you cannot generate those proofs. You cannot verify them without this BBJS. You require it for that. So that is why we need this. So these two I've said, the Node.js and BBJS would leverage WebAssembly, that is WASM. So they leverage this to run seamlessly inside modern browsers. So that is what they'll be using. So I've said I'm locking or I'm pinning specific versions mentioned above. And I've said this is to prevent unexpected issues from library updates and ensure consistent results across environments. I did not say that those are the only ones that can work, but I'm just choosing those ones just to prevent unexpected issues here and there, and so on. So I already stated. Now, so we are now about to begin our hands-on work. So we will create a circuit, a simple circuit, initialize a NAGO, and the circuit will be this. That's a very simple circuit. We know how we've done it before. So the procedure we've done, we've used before is the same. This could be slightly different, but they are the same things. We've used different ways of creating circuits, and so they're still valid. Any way you use is still valid. So let's just let's create a circuit. Let me now share my WSL. Just a minute to find out where the cell is. Yes, it's here. So let me come back and share. Is it again? Is here. Okay, so I want to make the directory, and we just want it. What is the name of the directory? We want to call it simple app. Let's just call it simple app. Simple, or we can even call it app, just app. We don't want to do so many things. Oh, let's call it web. Let's call it web. Web is okay. Web app. This one is okay, I think. So this is what I want us to call it. So after that, let's just say enter, then get inside it. CD web app, good. We want it to have Nago and SRC and main. Let's just say Nago initialize. Okay, so our Nago is not in the right path. Our Nago is on the right path. This always happens because maybe I did not choose the right path for Nago. So what I want to do is just submit. So to make it be in the right path, you just do this, use this link. Let's enter. So I think now is in the right path. You can even see the colors changed and so on. So let's say now go initialize as we had just decided to do. Good. So our nav is in the right path and has just worked. So the project has been successfully created and is located at Cyprian / Rust programs web app. That is the name. So let's just say code so that we want to open it. Good. So now I close this and open, share what has just opened from my end, the VS Code from my end. So I want to share now. Web app. I wanted to enlarge. I think it's now okay. Good. Let's look at the Nago terminal. Yeah, it has the correct name, web app. That is what we wanted to call it. Then here, the main. Now, so our main, we will change it because we want it to be what we want, just a very simple circuit is what we want. Very simple circuit because we're not concerned with the details today, with the complications today. We want a simple thing because our target is just to learn how to create a web app. So I'm going to replace it with this circuit that the prover can use to prove that is above 18 years. We can prove that is above 18 years. That's what the prover can do with this. So we will use this simple circuit to generate web app. So we've already said, for me, I already installed what I require. All the dependencies are installed. No, I will install the right Noir, I will install the right BB, and so on. Now, so we require Nago compile. Okay, just a minute. What I wanted these things to be inside circuits, but I've done without that. That's what I should have done. I should have put them inside circuits. There's no problem. I can create circuits. I can create circuits and move all of them to circuits. Or just delete and then create new ones. Let me just say circuit, new folder, circuit, because that's what I wanted. Let's just delete this. Let's just delete this. It's no problem. Delete this too. Delete this too. Good, good. So our folder circuit currently has nothing. So we want to get into circuits and create those files. So we just deleted. So let's get to the terminal. Let's get the terminal and then get into circuit. Then now say Nago initialize. Yes. Now you can see inside circuits, we have SRC, we have the main, and you have the Nago. And these are the things we have just deleted. There's no problem. I don't need to change the name inside here. I don't need to change it, but you can always change. There's no problem. You can change it. You can change it to web app as we had earlier. You can change it to web app. There's no problem. Good. The other thing we need to change, we said from the start and we agreed that we're going to work with the simple circuit. So we're not going to work with anything complicated, but we just want a circuit where the prover confirms to us that is above 18 years, and we'll be seeing, or not necessarily above, but it can also be equal to 18 years from this equation. His age could be 18 or more. His age could be 18 or more. So that is what the prover needs to prove to the verifier. And at the end of it, the verifier should not know the exact age of the prover. The only thing the verifier should know is that the prover knows that the only thing the verifier should know is that the prover is above 18 years or is 18. That is 18 or above 18. But he should not get to know the exact age. Now, so I had already said that we require to compile Nago compile. We need to run Nago compile. so that we can get a witness, not necessarily, but we shall require target web.json or yes, can return this back to what it was. To return it, just undo. I'm returning it because of the code I'll be using. I've already used circuit. So if you want to use web app, you would then just edit the code I have. Where there is circuit, you use web app. Those are places I've mentioned circuit. So, and I do not want to take much time editing. Now, so we run Nago compile because we will require the product of this Nago compile. Later on, we'll require it. And you can see the target has been created with what we want. What we want is circuit.json. We will use it later. Circuit.json. We will use it later. So that is why we run Nago compile. We do not require Nago execute. Those are some of the commands we've been using, but now, as far as this web app is concerned, we do not require it at this point. Now, so the other thing we need is to create HTML, and also create JS file. So to create HTML, and the JS file, we'll use the command touch index.html index.js. So that is the command we will use. And that command, when you run it in the terminal, it gives you those two files. So let me just run it therefore. Let me get out of circuits, cd, get out of circuits. So this command, we are running it inside the web app. Let me just, this is the command I'm referring to. Touch index.html, there's some space index.js. So when you look at on the left side, you can see some two folders are formed. Two files are formed. We have the HTML, index.html, and we have index.js. These are new folders, we did not have them. We do not have this formula. And look at how we've arrived at these files. Now we'll have to paste content inside these files. We'll have to paste some content inside HTML and some content inside JS. Now, so what we will post inside HTML is what I'm getting. This one goes inside HTML, index HTML. This is the content. Doc type HTML, head, body, script type, module, src, index.js, and so on. So that is what goes inside HTML. Now inside JS, I'll put some content, just a little, but then we'll be adding step by step as I explain whatever we are putting, what it's used for. So I'll not put everything we require, just put a little, but then we top up step by step as I explain the functionalities of the code I add. So this is what I've added there. So I just want you to look at it and understand it. And whether you're seeing to the end, just move this side. So not move. Okay. Now look what we have this try opening bracket here. And that bracket is closed here. Now it's inside this that we'll be pasting our subsequent contents, and I've said Noir goes here. So the subsequent content I'll be adding here and explaining what they are used for, because there are things we are supposed to add, and those ones are the ones that are going to help us a lot in creation of this web app and the performance of it. Now, so this is therefore our current format structure. Our current structure, you can see that we have circuit, we have index HTML, we have index.js. All of them are the same line. That is they are all coming from the root folder. Now, but inside circuit, we have SRC, and inside SRC have main. We have target here. And then we have inside target, we have index.json, then we have nagotoml. So at the moment, these are what we have, but they'll increase as time goes by. We'll add more things. Now, so want now to import Noir.js and Barretenberg in our in this circuit. We want to import those. And so there are some 3 lines that we need to add at the top of index.js. And those are the ones that are going to assist us achieve this. Just at the top, I will add some 3 lines, and I'm looking for them. Then we post them there. So their role I've already stated would be to import. And we are posting them. We are pasting these inside index, not here, index.js. So I say at the top, Now, so you can see the first one says import ultra backend from aztec/bb.js. The second one says import Noir from Noirlang stroke Noir.js. Then the last one says import circuit from circuit stroke target stroke circuit.json. So what we importing is this circuit.json, and that's why I said we need to do Nago compile to assist us achieve this, because we are then using it. So from the circuit, from then the target, we are importing this. We're importing circuit.json. Then we're also importing Noir.js from Noirlang. Now, I don't know whether you understand what this is. This is a folder. This is a project called Noir. So it's just saying inside this project, you have Noirlang, and then you go inside Noirlang, you get Noir.js. That is what we are importing. And this one is circuit here. And it's just saying that inside this circuit, we have target. And when you go inside target, you're getting circuit.json. And that is what we're importing. Now, so I said we will be adding code and explain what it does. So the first line, I've just said it imports the Barretenberg backend. And this is used for groups. And then the second line is used to import Noir.js. Noir.js, we had already said that is used to run the circuit. And then the third line loads your compiled circuit from the JSON file. And then, okay, so you see this was achieved by running Nago compiler. So that is what we're importing. The third line is doing that. So those three lines are very important to us. Now, so the other thing, we've just added those three lines. We have to add more. Inside the try, I said inside the try, in fact, at some point I showed you that that is where we'll be inserting most of our codes. So inside our try, we want to put some code. And the code I want to put there is just to assist us set up the circuit and the proving backend so that we can run and prove our program. So that is the content I want to put there. It's just to assist us achieve that. We are putting it inside our try. And I've said this content that we want to put here is very important to us because it's meant to assist us set up the circuit and the proving backend. So that is what it's going to do. So it's very important to us. So let me just then paste this inside our try. This is where we have try. This is where I'm going to paste. Here. I need to paste it there. I've already stated the roles of this, what I've just posted, what I've pasted here. Okay. Now, so the next thing is to have us be in a position to execute and prove. So that is what I mean here is that on the button, one can get the edge input. One can get the edge input. So what will be assisting us get where to input our edge is what I want to paste. And again, is good. We are pasting this inside our try block, because we say that inside this try block is where we'll be putting most of our codes. So that is why we want to paste this. And so the code I'm just about to paste, what it does is that it runs whenever the user clicks the submit edge. Just a minute. So what I was saying is this code runs when the user clicks submit edge button, submit edge button, and then it will be running. Now, so apart from doing this, when it does this, there are two important things it does. There are two important things it does. One of them is it runs your Noir circuit with the edge from the input box and it gets a witness. That's the first thing. The second thing, it uses Barretenberg to make a zero knowledge proof with that witness. And this zero knowledge proof would then be verified later. But those are very important things, that it will assist us run the circuit with the edge. Of course, you had submit edge button. So you insert your edge as the prover. Then it runs the circuit with the edge from that input box and it gets a witness. So we'll be seeing how that will be happening and how to be generating a witness. We'll be seeing that on our browser. That is what we'll be seeing. Run this on our browser and see. And then after it has done that, it will use this Barretenberg to make a zero knowledge proof with that witness, the witness just created above. So zero knowledge proof with this witness. And the zero knowledge proof will be verified later. Verified later. So let me therefore just paste that code. Just paste that code. So the code for is here. And I'm just going to paste it below what I pasted last. Just going to paste it below that. I pasted last. Then after that, I'll explain what each of the lines does. So I now paste it here. You can see I've shown logs. It begins from constant age document. So of course that will be helping you submit your age. So it begins with that. What is the role of that? That is what I said. I'll be explaining what each of these lines mean. Constant age is equals is that document dot gent element B by ID age value. So this what this does is that it gets a value or a number that the user typed in the age input box. So you see there is an input box, age input box, where you'll be inputting the age. If it's 14, 15, 17, 20, 100, there'll be that box for you to input. And so once you input that age, this one gets the value or the number that you just typed there in that input box. So that means that you're not inputting there. If you're 19, you're not writing 19 in words. You'll not be allowed to do that. It's only giving you a space to write a number. Of course, it's even just giving you a drop down for you to pick your age there. Click on your age, for instance, and the age is already number form. So this one obtains that number. And then there's the other line that follows there is show logs, generating witness, const witness equals await Noir, and so on. So I'm just reading how it's written there, but what do they mean? Or what do they do? So these lines show logs and show logs, generated witness, and so on. Show logs, generating witness. And we'll be seeing that. We'll be seeing that when we run that. Yeah. We'll be seeing all this. So what it does is that it runs your Noir program using age input above. Then the result is a witness, a private value, for instance, that is proved value that proves that the computation is right. So what this message is saying, it shows a message that those lines means it shows a message before and after. Before and after, so that you see what is happening. So you can see show logs generating witness, then show logs generated witness. So it's showing before and after. So you can know and see what is happening. So that is what it's doing, and we'll be seeing that. And then this other line that it shows show logs generating proof, and the other one show logs generated proof. So just like the other one is showing logs of a witness being generating witness, and then the witness that has been generated is showing you. And then this one now comes in, it shows you generating proof, then it shows you the logs generated proof. So supposing we input different edges, so they'll be generating witness for that edge, generated witness for that edge, generating proof for this edge, generated proof for this edge. So all those logs will be shown, so that it's not, if you ran 100 different edges, we're expecting 100 different logs. That's what it means. We will try and see. So this part, it asks Barretenberg to create a proof from the witness. Then it shows a message before and after the proof is generated. Then displays the proof in the proof results box. You can see there, it's say show results, proof.proof. So it has to show the result of the proof. It has to show the proof. That is what it means. Now, so we've put what we were required to put inside index.js, and we've also put what we were required to put inside HTML. Now, to assist us proceed, we'll use byte for easy bundling. For easy bundling, we'll use byte. So we create a byte config file. And for us to create a byte config file, we use this command, touch byte.config.js, touch byte. So let me just write it. We are doing all this in our root directory. So here, our root directory, touch byte. This is a byte I'm referring to. Touch byte.config.js. So let's see what it creates. Look at how many files we have there. So when I run this, you can see another file has been created. It's called byte.config.js. This is the file I'm referring to, and is empty as per now. It's empty. So we have to add some commands in it. To add some command, and what I'm going to add is it's what I'm going to add. Export default, optimize depths, export default, optimize so on. So that is what I'm going to add there. And I can tell you that we are now ready to go online and see. So we run our app. We want to now run it. We've not been running. We just run Nago compile. Then from there, we've just been including what is required in terms of codes. So for us to run, we run with the yarn, DLX, right. Let's see. Come to a terminal here and say yarn DLX right and wait to install yarn. Wait for it to install. Just give it a few minutes, just even seconds. It installs. Now, so what we've done is enough, but will not verify. We are not able to verify our proof by just what we've done. So to be able to verify our proof, we'll want to add some command again. At the end of the try block, or remember we're working with the try block, and that is where we're pasting our commands. So now we have the last command that will be assisting us to verify. So we place this command at the end of the try block. Just right after generated and displayed proof. Place it at the end of there. Okay. It was not able to, is it saying? It's no problem. Failed to run dependency scan. There's no problem. There's no problem. I think things are just okay. Okay, let me just do what they said I'm going to do. In index.js, our try block, was sorry, here. First, this will be used to verify, used for verifying our proof. So let's again run that command that gave us some warnings here. Let's again just run it. Submit. Okay, so trying to look at this warning. I'm seeing it saying that not installed. What is it? Not installed bb.js at 84 Noir lang beta point 6. We had already said that we need to install it to avoid this kind of errors. So let's just install it, then run that command. That's because I'm using a different. Let's install it. This is what it said from the start of our lesson. It said to avoid this. What is that? This error. Let's try to understand it again. Okay, so this one, it means that we don't have package.json. Package.json. That's what it means when it says because it's saying that no project found. No project found. So whenever this one says, whenever it says that, it means there's no package.json. It's just created by running yarn initialize to have package.json. Where is it? It's here. Package.json. So we now have package.json. So once you have package.json, you can now install yarn add at Aztec. And now install. Let's just create new. Now this command. This command was unable to run because we did not have a project. That is, in other words, we do not have package.json. So let's just see what happens if it's able to install now. Yeah, it's now installing it. It's now installing, and you can see it as updated package.json because that is where it was supposed to update. Put this and then put this. So it has added those ones. Good, good, good. Now we are able to proceed and do the generation of the proof and the verification of the proof by using yarn dlx byte. Yarn dlx byte. So again, let me just create another new terminal. And now use this command, generate, create a proof, and so on. Okay, let's see what happens. It just compile. And the last time it did with a lot of errors. Let's see what happens this time, if errors will still be there. So we just installed Noir and Noir Lang JS, and how come it's not seeing it? Just install that. Am I using a different? Am I using a different? Just install JS at. Let me just again see what is happening here. We have a package.json. Or does it require to have yarn lock? Okay, there's no problem. Let's just see. Let's check and see whether it is creating the proof, maybe. Because it's supposed to create the proof and generate at this point. It's just, and even verify at this point. So it's telling us local HTTP / local host 71. Let me just share this and then share want to share the web, how do you call it? The browser. I want to share the browser so that we see whether the proof is being generated. Because I've not stopped it, it's still running. So let's just see whether there's any proof being generated. So in the browser, I paste that link HTTP local something. And I just want to press enter and see whether it's telling us fail to resolve import. Yeah, it means it has not imported Aztec bb.js and that. So we have to repeat. But you can see before that it had generated some logs and so on. Let's ignore that and see. Let's ignore that warning and see if we were to put some AG19 and submit, what will happen? Oh, nothing happens. So that means we must just resolve that importation. Let's go back and try to do the same thing, repeat. I don't understand why it did not. We pasted this link, this command yarn add, and then that. So that is what we had agreed we will use to log. Let me just use the exact one that we had in the one I said I would use from our notes. Because the one I've just pasted is the one we pasted, and there was it did not do anything. Let me just try to get the right code, the right link. Just a minute, as I try to get to the right link. It's not opening. I just open. Because the one I've just pasted is what I did paste, and after running and installing, it appears to have installed nothing because you're still still asking for it, still telling us that there was no. I think it's just the format in which we wrote a command. Okay. So I've just gotten the one that is in our notes. One I said I'll use is slightly different from the one I just used. Slightly different. And that difference looks to be big because look at it. This is what it is. So compare this with what I used. What I used was yarn add. Look at that. It begins with the Aztec, but this one begins with at Noir. So that the changing maybe Okay, so let's now just run this. It's done. It's done. Now, so or alternatively, 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 just to ensure that I'm not doing, there'll be no problem. Let us redo the installation of the package.json so that if there's anything wrongly installed inside, it's gotten rid of. Yes, so you have cleared what you had wrongly installed. You have cleared that. So now we should now install just a minute. We should now install our Noir long and BB. That should be now the next step. Problems that I'm not now seeing. It's here. Now, so our package.json is now okay. So let's add in more dependencies. Install that. Okay, you can see that I've added they're there, still installing. It is still installing. Once that is done, we want to again try and to see whether can generate a proof, but it's still working, it's still installing. It's done now. Let's see whether we can now generate a proof without errors and verify that proof without errors. Okay, so you can see it still runs. This one runs until you stop it. So let's give it some time. Let's just give it some time because it's supposed to give us a location of the proof, I think. Let's just wait until we are sure that that is continuous. Of course, it's supposed to be continuous because it's supposed to go online and verify the proof. And so on. When you stop it and go online, again it has warnings. Again it has warnings. Again it has warnings. And let's go online and check. But what you realize that it changed the port. Formerly it was a 5173. It has now changed that to 5175. So what I don't know is whether those warnings will affect us, but later on we'll check to see how to remove those warnings. So let's paste our link and then say enter. Again, this one comes because it does not resolve. So let me put here edge, or is there some, I think maybe some link, some code I did not paste here or what? I think there could be some code I missed. Just because I think I've done everything I'm supposed to do. I don't know why it's not, these errors are persistent. But this one is slightly different from the previous one. This error is slightly different. Let me just look at it again. Okay, let's try to make a node linker. So you can see this PNP, it's like it works differently. So let's run this command and see. Is the run command. Or in short, let's just do yarn install. In short, I think because all these commands we are doing are meant to install yarn. So let's just do yarn install, I think. Install, and it will even give us a better result than these others. I think yarn install will give us better results. After that, we can now install our DB. Which one am I sharing? I need to share. I need to share what I'm doing, what I'm working on. This I've just done yarn install. Then let's try to again install this. This is what it's telling us they are not well installed. I don't know why. But I've just done yarn install. So I think it should now accept. So since that is done, we now want to see if again we can generate and verify the proof again, the same command. Let's see if it works this time around. If it doesn't, then we think of another way. Because we tried all options. Let's see why the error, why this error persists. If that does not work, then we will just run byte. So we see if it avoids PNP errors. The plugin play errors. So we see whether just give it time. A build 0.259 must build because it never has been before. The last one failed. Done with warnings in 2 minutes, 38 seconds. Just be patient. Just wait for it. Okay, so as it runs, let's check whether it has not given us the link. It's supposed to give us. We're supposed to wait for it. It runs until we get the link where to go and check in our browser. This one has taken too long to run. I don't know why. Let's wait. Okay, let's stop it. I'm not seeing it stop. I'm seeing it take too long. To stop it is Control C. We stop it prematurely. Let's again try to run it. Just trying to see whether it will now run to completion. It may just reach where it was. So I think what we can do later on, we may want to try and see why this is not working, because it's supposed to work. I don't know what I've not imported or installed. So we'll have to look at it again just to ascertain, because last time when we did the same thing, it worked. But I may have forgotten or left out one of the codes we were supposed to paste. Or it could be an issue of my WSL sometimes has issues. Okay, I think we can end our class at this point, because I can see it's my WSL that has issues. You can see disconnected, attempting to reconnect, and so on. Yeah, these issues of WSL and the VS Code. I think that is where the problem has been, because I can now see clearly it's trying to attempting to reconnect. That means it is already disconnected. So let's stop at that. Then we do it next time.